Another day, another 10th vlog. Coffee on a Tuesday and vlog 40. For me, it's about stories. I'm drawn to art forms that avail themselves of stories in the development of character because I love hearing about how people choose to get along in their century or less of life. Within stories, there are genres and subgenres that I find particularly interesting because of their capacities to illuminate certain parts of our experience that we may be hiding from ourselves. For example, maybe we tell ourselves that we're free, in control, that there's a plan or a person guiding us, that reality is hard like a stone and knowable. It's an important function of fiction to tear these things down. In this vein, one of my favorite genres is cyberpunk, a projection of postmodernism, which is itself a refutation of general theories, and drawing heavily on science fiction. Cyberpunk is a reaction to the information age, the age of the personal computer. Established in the work of William Gibson's Neuromancer series, cyberpunk features the interaction of high-tech and low life. As Lawrence Pearson describes it, classic cyberpunk characters were marginalized, alienated loners who lived on the edge of society in generally dystopic futures where daily life was impacted by rapid technological change and ubiquitous datasphere of computerized information and invasive modification of the human body. What makes cyberpunk so compelling, I think, is that a lot of these things are already prevalent. The internet, social media, artificial organs, augmented reality, and most recently, the Google glasses. Now, that our future will become dystopic, well, that's a stretch, but this is fiction, and I don't think it's really the point of science fiction to be predictive. There's a deeper level in cyberpunk, and I think that it's captured best in the film Blade Runner. I think cinema is uniquely suited to cyberpunk because it has the advantages of the visual and auditory, the neon moving lights, the lilting, longing music of the brilliant Vangelis. I mean, as soon as that first note goes bad in the brilliant score to Blade Runner, before the credits are even over, you know exactly what the movie is going to convey. Here, just take a listen. Gives me chills every time. Blade Runner's meticulous romanticization of cyberpunk, I think, is key to understanding its power. I think that the breakdown in the social order, the overload of information, the sheer size and incomprehensibility of this kind of dystopia appeals to an important part in every one of us. It's the desire to surrender, to succumb to the quite apparent truth that everything means nothing. It's my idea, and I admit that it's a controversial one, that everyone furtively understands that life is meaningless, despite what they profess to believe in public, and that a moderated submission to this chaos is, in fact, profoundly healthy. Keyword: moderate. Cyberpunk allows us a way into this part of ourselves. It reflects loneliness, the evasion of responsibility, and the severe impotence of man in the mouth of the universe. It makes chumps out of scientists and dogmatists alike, and though it tears down the walls I've built to protect myself from the largeness of nihilism, it's at the same time a feeling of loveliness, as if I was listening to a gentle song, and when the note turned, had melted. Thank you for staying with me through 40 weeks of vlogs. It's been an amazing time doing these. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Tell people about us. We want this community to grow and get bigger, and hopefully we can do a lot more.